Garage. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Little Bit Garage. In today's episode, we're going to be engine swapping my go-kart here. And I know a lot of you guys are like, what the heck? You just put a stage 1 performance kit, brand new carburetor, air filter, exhaust, spark plug, brand new 4 set of tires, repainted it, and yeah, we did that. But sadly, the engine is blown up. At the end of the video that we put a stage 1 on this, we blew the tires doing burnouts. And I had to cut more than half of it out. But me and my brother were there holding it wide open for about 5-10 minutes. And after we blew the tire, it was very hot, not happy at all. And then ever since that, we could barely drive it to the barn, which is right here now. And it sat since. My dad couldn't even figure out how to get it running, which is really saying something. It literally barely idles. It smokes blue and black really bad. And the second you barely give it throttle, if it doesn't already stall, and the second you give it throttle, it just stalls out. So we have a 212 Ghost racing engine. Harbor Freight came out with that not too long ago, and we're going to throw it on and see what this thing can do. So this is the 212 here that we were working with. It's just an ordinary Predator 212 with the stage 1 on it, you know, all this little fancy stuff. I traded exhaust with Carter. I built a mini bike for him. If you guys haven't seen that episode, go check that out. But I put my new exhaust on here on his bike because this one was too short and it didn't make it run that good. But even when I had the other exhaust on, it still could not run, it would not work at all. So I went and picked up this sweet engine here. We have a 22 millimeter carb for it, I believe. It's a Ghost 212 kart racing engine, manufactured just for racing. This is literally for a pressure washer, and this is actually for a go-kart. So you can see right there. It runs off a huge carburetor, and then a guy also picked up the performance kit for it. So this is specifically designed for the 212 racing engine, and it has nice muffled exhaust, air filter, pulse pump, gaskets, intake, fuel line thingamajigs, filters, hose clamps, gaskets, all the stuff you'll need to make this thing rip. But another thing I noticed, literally just looking at it, we don't got a gas tank. So it looks like we have a new donor engine for gas tank. This gas tank's actually pretty good. I'll have to take that out and see what it looks like in there. The light or something. Yeah, still some fuel in there, but very clean and nice. So I'll just use this tank to throw on there. And then I have a new chain, which probably isn't the right size, but hopefully it is. And then also, don't know if that's the right size, but we have a new clutch. That's for a different go-kart. Also, guys, this go-kart is coming up on the channel really soon. Me and my dad have been planning for a while now. There is so much custom stuff that is going on to this thing. The whole front rear end is custom. Whole front end's gonna have to be custom. We're putting front brakes on this thing so we can just do a standing burnout. And I know a lot of you guys are like, throw a live axle on it, make it have more grip. And guys, trust me, I would. But from what I have heard of, this go-kart is insanely rare. It's not the frame that's rare, but there is a body to this that was manufactured by the owner of Pepsi. My dad even showed me a picture. It was all of the Pepsi co-workers, even the owner way back in the day, standing in front of this go-kart and another replica that had a white body. This one had a blue body, and this was that exact go-kart right here. Obviously, we just put a different engine on it, but we took the body off because all of the mounts, like there was a mount right here, the bolts would bounce up and down and break the body, and we did not want to damage that. So the frame might not be that rare, but we still don't want to chop it up to put all this custom stuff in it. So we're just going to be bolting different engines on, and of course we had to do a seat because the body was part of the seat. But yeah, that is why I don't want to chop this thing up, put a live axle on it, because it's very special and I believe very rare. We got it for $300 years ago, because I don't think the owner knew what it was. But yeah, it's crazy, the story of this. But let's get this thing drug out here. I cleaned the area, looks nice. get that drug out here, take a look at that, set that up, take that off, put that on, new clutch, all that, and we can go take this thing for a rip. Right here should be good. All right, we got our performance kit. That guy right there. Set this guy right there. Now, when I worked on Carter's mini bike, it had this carburetor on. He actually gave it to me because I put a new one on his, and he didn't really need this for anything. But we're gonna have to fully take this thing apart, clean it all up. As you can see, it's very custom right now from Carter. So we'll set that right there for now. It's a big 22 millimeter, I'm not sure. I believe the needle is stuck because it would only run off with spray with that carb. I also got some glass cleaners so I can finally clean my dirt bikes. And I might need some of that today, which I also got. And then here is our clutch. No idea if it's the right size, but it's new, so we'll give that a shot. So yeah, let's get this old engine off. Well, first we'll open this, see what we got in there. Now this thing wasn't cheap, guys, so please subscribe, do everything, help me out here, because I had to spend a pretty good amount of dollars to get this thing. We're gonna set our very custom carburetor aside here. Zip tie for the throttle, that's gotta go. I don't know what size it is, but it's pretty cleanish. It just wouldn't let the other engine run. His 212 on his Predator, or his mini bike, would only run off of spray, which are signs of carburetor issues, needles being stuck, float not floating, stuff like that. So we'll put that aside, clean that up later. Again, don't know if it's the right size, but it might be. So I'm gonna stick that aside. We'll open this last. Take a look at the engine first. Don't got scissors, so we gotta open it with the screwdriver. Very sharp, actually. Surprisingly sharp. This corner busted open. One more side. There we go. Oh, it's packaged very nice. Packaged very nice. Even more flaps. Here we have our owner's manual and safety instructions. So we don't need that. I'm gonna get you guys up in here. Ooh, we'll pop this thing open. All right, let's open this thing up. I'm so excited. This thing's packaged very nice. All the stuff folding in. Holy. So this is an actual racing engine. And ours here is very just old. Again, it doesn't run anymore, sadly. And I mean, it had a lot of power. It did burnouts. Holy, no way. It comes with the carburetor. Yes, I literally have an extra one on the way because I didn't think this one was gonna work. It said the carburetor not included. Yeah, help me understand here. There's a fresh carb right here. I gotta go cancel my order. It's 30 bucks. Okay, that's very good news. I was very bummed it didn't come with one because the kit that doesn't come with one. See here, and if you read that, it doesn't come with one. And it said it didn't involve a carburetor. So, I don't know, they must have just changed that or something, but I'm very excited about that. Save us some time instead of cleaning out that old one. Is there anything here? No. Get all this packaging out, throw it all away, and then we'll get this nice engine out. Look at that. Even comes with a nice little filler tube. That's nice. Yeah, engine's on that. So I'm gonna throw that stuff away and we'll take this thing out. We'll put this thing away because I honestly didn't think this was gonna work anyways. I had a new one on the way because I was so doubtful. But look at this, guys. It comes with a fresh one right there. But I'm really excited. Let's get this engine out. Alrighty. Let's get our filler tube out of the way. We'll set that with the clutch. Looks like there is like some sort of like tool thing. I'm not sure what this is. Sounds like it's got stuff in there. Let's get this thing out though. There's cardboard around it, so it's not really a good grabbing point here. where to grab one. There we go. Yeah. Look at this thing. This thing is sweet. Wow. This thing is nice. This thing is insane. I mean, the detail and the valve covers and how nicely everything is put together. They have covers over the shaft there. It looks so nice. Look at what this thing has. It has reinforced dual ball bearing racing cylinder with cast iron sleeve, carbon steel racing crankshaft with induction hardened crank pin, ground cam with built-in mechanical compression release, high silicone valve springs, high flow racing intake port. I mean, this thing, I can go on for another 5 minutes. Has it all. I really think this is going to be a reliable engine, and it already has like a stage 1 or 2 on it. Do not eat. Oh, I was hungry. That's a bummer. Let's see. You do have to add engine oil. It probably might have break-in in it right now. I think that's where you fill it. I'll check down there once we get this plastic out of it. Before use, operating with low oil or no oil causes permanent damage. Yep. Connect and fill gas tank. Add fuel stabilizer. Ooh, I don't know what a fuel stabilizer is. We're gonna find out though. I have a gas tank again. We'll try to mount that somewhere. And we have a pulse pump, so we don't have to worry. I don't know if it's gonna mount up here. So since we have a pulse pump, we can mount it like beside it and it'll pump it through. Should at least. Let's get this plastic off and take a closer look at this though. Let's get all this plastic out of here. This engine's actually really light. I mean, look at this. It's super light. I'm only 12 and I can easily lift that. So tell it's got good parts on it, all aluminum. Not all aluminum, but you know, mostly. Let's see if this thing has the original switch on it. It feels more quality though. This one is just kind of crunchy and old. Again, competition use only. I don't know what that means. Like, you're not allowed to just put it in your go-kart? Alright, it actually was 10 millimeter. I was just guessing. That's nice. Yeah, I do it fast, or else the engine's just gonna turn over. There we go. Set that aside. That's a nice keyway. Let's see if our clutch fits. Oh, we have to take the keyway off for our clutch, which is a bummer. Because as you can see, ours already has one built in. See that little lip right there? So we'll take this keyway off somehow. I don't want to damage anything though. I'll just try to get pliers and pull it off or something. I really hope I don't damage anything. I'm trying to do this. I don't know how I would do this though. Come off, please. I don't want to damage it. Might be able to loosen it a tiny bit. There we go. Nice. I'm going to hang on to that because I always need keyways around here for some reason. Let's see if this fits. Oh, it does. Nice. I did not think that would. Has a tiny bit of slop, so we're going to have to add spacer or something. Oh, I think this is the wrong clutch. I don't think our teeth are the same as this one. I think our teeth are too big. Dang it. I might have to use the old one, which I did not want to do because it's pretty much blown out. Yeah, I'll have to add spacers or something because we don't want that doing that. So I'm just going to take this off for now. We'll put this bolt thing back on and then we'll figure out our clutches later. But let's get our performance pack opened up, see what that thing has for us. It is performance box time. Let's get this thing opened up here. I'm really excited to see what this thing's got for us. It was $200, so it better have something good. I didn't really read everything it came with. All I know is it's made for this engine, so it's got to do something for it. There we go. All right. Ooh. We have owner's manual and safety instructions again, but for this. So I'm gonna put that by the other one. Oh, this thing is nice. All right, let's see what we have here. I'm gonna set a piece of foam right in front of it to set all of our stuff on it. I don't want to get any of it dirty. So, right here, air filter. Nice. A little smaller than the other one, which is kind of what I like. We don't want something too big. We have hose clamps. I'm not sure what those are for, but it'll probably tell us somewhere. Ooh, that is a sweet exhaust muffler thing. Let's take a look at this. Holy, that is nice. Sorry about the noise. I have to have a fan on because my GoPro is overheating because it is 110 degrees right now. So yeah, here's our exhaust muffler. Looks very nice. I believe, yeah, this is the other part to our exhaust. I'm actually gonna set the exhaust aside because it's so big. This looks like some sort of bracket for the exhaust and some sort of fuel line or overflow thing. We'll set that on here. Here we have our pulse pump. I believe that's what this is called. It's pretty much a mechanical fuel pump for these because when your bowl fills with gas, it fills from the tank. So let's say your exit point is right, this is your tank. Your exit point is over here where it drains into the bowl. If you turn, it's gonna slosh all the fuel to the side and then it's gonna empty your bowl, your engine will stall, and that's why they have pulse pumps for the racing ones, because obviously you don't want to be bogging out, anything like that. Oh, a huge roll of nice clear fuel line, so you can see if you have any debris, dirt, anything like that in your tank. Very heavy duty looking clamp. Gasket, O-ring. Is this another head gasket? I think we have an extra head gasket. That's nice. Probably blow that, so hang on to that. Nice filter, clear, so you can also see any dirt and debris. O-ring. Another extra gasket for the exhaust, I believe. More clamps for fuel line, carburetor stuff. Something with tank maybe, carb, I'm not sure. And then, what is this? Either a different intake or a exhaust extender majig. So we'll hang on to that. That's everything in this kit, I believe. There's actually a lot of nice parts for this thing. So we're gonna stuff this thing with our garbage, clean up really quick, and then, I'm not sure, probably get our pulse pump on, start building the engine. Again, sorry for the noise. I have to run a fan because my GoPro's getting hot. And I actually decided before we start putting together that engine, because we have to install pulse pumps, exhaust, gaskets, exhaust boot thingamajig, air filters, fuel pumps, pulse pumps, all of that. I'm going to research on that stuff so I don't mess anything up, because I really want to have this thing running awesome. We're going to get this chain off and see if our clutches are the same. And I actually noticed, look at this. My master link was about to fly off. That's not even halfway on. So I'm going to get a plier, just pop the rest of that off. Then we'll be able to slide our chain off and then get our clutch off. Alright, let's try to get this thing popped off. Haven't done this in a while. Come on, I'm gonna have to move the GoPro so I can get more room. I think I need a needle nose. There we go. Slide that off. It's actually really easy to take these chains off. Then you're gonna slide your link-a-majig off. Whoa, just like that. Then you will, oh, look at that, it's shattered. That is crazy. This chain is literally just falling apart. That's why I have a new one, because I knew this one was about done. Alright, that part of the chain is off. That is off. Slide it out, and then that's all you have to do to get your chain off. Now I'm gonna just put this kind of back together really quick. Just so that I kind of know where everything goes and all that. Slide that in. We're gonna get the right size for that and take this clutch off. Instead of taking our clutch off, because this clutch is very worn out and scratched and blown and not good. Now that we have the chain out, so obviously the chain fits this really nice. Let's see if it fits our new clutch. It does not. So yeah, we're gonna have to use the old clutch. That's a bummer, because that clutch is not in the best condition at all. Well, let's get this clutch taken off, and then I'm gonna go do some research about this other engine, and then we'll do a quick engine swap. Yeah. There we go, we just gotta hit it really fast. So I'm gonna get this clutch off, and then go research, charge up my GoPro batteries, and then we'll go from there. I only got my batteries about halfway charged. I'm way too excited, so I'm just gonna get this engine off, and then we'll put on our pump and all that on that engine. Also guys, I know a lot of you guys aren't getting notifications. I don't know why. It's a weird glitch or something. But 4 p.m. every Friday I upload. And then once I start school, I'm going to do every 3 weeks. On Friday, 4 p.m. I will upload. Because, you know, I have to study, I have to do homework, go to school, field trips, all that. So yeah, let's just get this engine off. Definitely heavier than the Ghost. We're also going to clean that up, so it's really dirty. Alright, now we will move our donor engine right here. Now we got to get this tank off, and then we'll clean it up, make it look nice, and then start building our Ghost engine. Well, I was wrong about our fuel tank. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the whole bottom is just rust flakes. So I'm just gonna wash this out a whole bunch with water, let it dry up, so I don't want to get that in the engine, and then throw some nice, or not throw nice gas in it, take it off, and then put it on the Ghost. Just got the tank off, and I think this piece goes right there. I'm not sure, but this thing is insanely dirty on the inside too, which is honestly probably the reason it didn't run, but it doesn't explain all the smoke and all of that. So, you know, we had a new engine here, why not? In a future video we will try to fix that engine though, but I'm gonna go get this thing washed out at our fuel pump station area thing, and then we'll hook it up to our pulse pump. Just got the tank cleaned out as best as I could. Now we're gonna try to mount it or do something with it. So we're gonna use these little clamp things to hold on this nice fuel line here. So I'll show you how it works. You're gonna, first of all, take it off, and then clamp these two tabs. It's kind of tricky. Just like that. It'll expand it. Slide your thing on. Push it onto whatever you need it on. Then I'm going to clamp it again. Put it right where it needs to hold it. And then that is on there, really nice and secure. Now I'm gonna mount it and then see where I need to trim my fuel line. Since we have our pump here, we're not gonna mount this on top because one, it won't fit because of the pump, and it'll just be able to pump it right over. So I think we have to mount it onto the go-kart now to see where we need to put this, see where we need to trim our lines, do all that stuff. Since we can't mount the gas tank on there because of the pulse pump, we're just gonna mount the engine and then see where we can like zip tie the gas tank down, and then the pump should be able to grab all the fuel and stuff. So let's get this engine mounted on and then we'll go from there. Just got it mounted on, and this thing is looking insane, and it looks awesome. I obviously didn't tighten the bolts as much as I could, so I can still slide it back and forth because I have no idea where our clutch adjustment's gonna have to be, anything like that. But I think now I'm going to start doing fuel tank stuff or exhaust, I'm not sure. Look at that. That looks insane. This thing is just looking awesome. I'm gonna probably get the clutch on now. Or actually, no, we'll do all that stuff last. I'm gonna get the tank figured out and pump and all that, carburetor, throttle cable, you know, that stuff. It all up except for the chain, throttle cable. I'm gonna have to order some parts, but fuel system here, throttle there, I already checked, it goes full throttle. So we're gonna get some oil on this thing and see if it'll fire up. So I can't access this because of the tank, so I'm just gonna have to try to fill it from there, which should be fine. I think you are able to. This is some VR1 2050 SRE, or VR1, my bad. Very good motor oil. Oh yeah, we have a funnel that came with it. Alright guys, it's pretty much complete. Guys, the time has finally come. we can try to start it. We have fuel in the filter. It is running down there. I would assume up is choke. So the lever here, we're gonna try no choke first. Let's give it a shot. Oh, it's gonna sound nice. Alright, we'll try some choke. Now this is to be expected because it's literally brand new. So I'm gonna let it, once it does start, if it starts, I'm gonna let it just idle for probably a whole tank of gas to just break in all the piston rings, bearings, you know, all the stuff, and let it break in correctly. And then another episode, we'll take this thing for a rip. But we'll see if we can get this thing started because it's starting to get dark and I need a nice root beer, so ignition is on. Whoa. There it went for a second. Oh, had it. Alright, I got some gloves on so I can get some better grip. Holy. Fired for a second, that was awesome. Alright, I've got a little thing that's way easier to give it throttle. Let's give it another shot. Ah, it ripped off. Okay, let's give this another shot. It runs great. It's obviously gonna need some braking in. Doesn't quite want to idle yet. It idles, but it'll stall out eventually. I have parts on the way for this: throttle cable, chain, master link, some other goodies. So stay tuned for that episode when we actually rip this. This revs to 6,000 RPM. It's a 16 horsepower 212 Ghost racing engine, and I love it. It's a huge step up from the other one, and I know that they're both the same thing pretty much, but this one revs way higher, way more power. This one has over double the horsepower of the old one. The old one had 6.5 horsepower. This one has 15.8 horsepower and is insane. I'm gonna keep breaking it in for a while. I also feel pretty sick because it's over 100 degrees right now. I upload at 4 p.m. every Friday, and then once school starts, I am going to start uploading once every 3 weeks. Well, now that we finished up the go-kart, let's see what Mom thinks of it.
I think you did a super good job. I definitely think it's gonna make you go fast.
Thank you. You notice any difference? It has the old gas tank on it, so it kind of looks the same.
Yeah, it looks good though. I think it's gonna be really fun.
Thanks. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.
Get some.